Here is everything you want to know on the new V15 from Bajaj. It's hot, it's very exciting to ride. That's the new Multistrada 1200S from Ducati. And we take you on a ride on the all-new Himalayan from Royal Enfield. So get ready for a bit of a two-wheeled adventure with us on the program today. Welcome to CNB, I'm Siddharth Naik Partnkar. You've had a glimpse of a whole lot of bikes that are coming your way over the next 30 minutes, and we will start with the most anticipated one perhaps. Now, we showed you a glimpse of it before the Auto Expo. That was just a little bit of a preview, and it is a whole new direction that Royal Enfield is heading into with the Himalayan. Does the bike live up to its hype? Does it deliver in terms of all the performance parameters it needs to? Bala rode it. Here's the review.
It's not been built to dominate the mountains, but to feel at home in its surroundings. That is what the Royal Enfield Himalayan stands for. An affordable and unintimidating adventure tourer, and an adventure is exactly what we got on our test ride.
So the forecast was for rain, but we have a sunny start to proceedings, but the route ahead, it's about 140 kilometers that we will be riding out with the Himalayan, a mix of smooth tarmac, broken roads, as well as some dirt roads to really test out the off-road capabilities of this bike. So it should be a lot of fun.
But the morning sun quickly gave way for rain, snow, icy winds. But the Himalayan didn't look too unnerved by it at all. Start the engine and the carbureted motor puts out a relatively strong exhaust note with the occasional thump. Our 140-kilometer route around the hills of Shimla was a mix of smooth yet slippery tarmac, dirt roads and even a water crossing. At just over 24 horsepower, the Himalayan might sound underpowered, but it's not unless you ride long at breakneck speeds. Having said that, with the extra luggage and load or a pillion, we have to see the underpowered critique holds true for the Himalayan. We didn't find the 5-speed gearbox particularly smooth, along with a heavy clutch feel on the Himalayan.
Now we've ridden the Himalayan through slippery yet smooth tarmac, some dirt roads, some mountain roads and some off-road terrain. And what's really impressed is the all-new 411cc engine, especially with its low-end torque, plenty available, especially handy when you're going through the dirt roads and off-road terrain, lots and lots of available power. Also, what's impressive is the overall refinement. Vibrations are very minimal, and Royal Enfield claims that the durability of the engine is much better, meaning longer service intervals.
Given the harsh weather and road conditions, the handling on the Himalayan was going to be crucial. The new chassis allows for good balance and stability, and the 21-inch front and 17-inch rear tires added to the confidence both on and off-road. We did find the front disc brakes quite progressive and quite handy in the hilly road descent. Also impressive is the telescopic front and rear monoshock, tackling the dirt and off-road terrain with ease, enjoying itself really. From the looks of it, the Himalayan gets a simple, unintimidating design that can be a bit misleading.
Now it's a fairly simplistic yet rugged design that the Himalayan gets. The overall styling is fairly understated from the looks of it. Doesn't look very bold or aggressive, but once you sit on it, the overall feel is nice. It's got an overall nice feel to it, including the switchgear. Also, what makes a world of difference is the seat height, which is extremely low and gives a nice easy riding stance. It's a slightly tall bike but doesn't weigh that much, about 183 kilos, and also these big 21-inch wheels on the front does make a world of difference to the overall handling, especially useful in long rides.
Adding to the ruggedness is how good the grips and the switchgear feel, along with an easy-to-read instrument cluster that even includes a compass. We found the front windscreen quite effective in our ride through the heavy winds and rains, and the thigh grips on the uniquely designed fuel tank aided the comfort. We do wish the large front headlamps got a DRL like the circular one on the Thunderbird, although the tail lamps do get LED treatment. The Himalayan is targeted at 100cc and 150cc bikers who want an affordable tourer without burning a hole in their pocket, which explains why Royal Enfield has managed to price the Himalayan at an attractive 1.55 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi. But the bike will not be on sale in Delhi, as a recent National Green Tribunal order doesn't allow BS3 engines like the one on the Himalayan to ply in the city from the 1st of April.
Please react to the Himalayan from Royal Enfield. The bad news, of course, for some of the Delhi buyers, you can't get that bike right away because, well, we'll have to wait for the BS4 engine on not just that bike, but plenty of others. So it's going to be an interesting time going forward with all the new launches in the bike space. Now, speaking of new launches, there's also a brand new Ducati on the block. The 1200S is a very happening product in terms of its riding capability. It also brings in a very different aspect to Ducati buyers because, well, there's been a lot of feedback, let's say, from a lot of their existing customers asking for a bike like this. What am I talking about? Well, all those attributes are explained to you in our review. Preetham was in Thailand to ride the bike.
Apparently, Ducati first developed the Multistrada in a bid to answer a simple question existing Ducati owners were asking almost a decade ago. What Ducati should I buy next? The result is the Multistrada, and the 2016 model gets a lot of revolutionary technology and a new engine, the Testa Stretta DVT L-Twin. DVT stands for Desmodromic Valve Timing. It's a bit tetchy, but let's just say it's variable valve timing on both camshafts and makes for smooth performance both at the lower revs and at the top of the rev band. The Multistrada 1200S has a muscular and dynamic silhouette with its wide and bulky shoulder and sharp rear end. The LED headlight is a new addition over the standard 1200, and they look quite modern and work very well too. The engine is typical Ducati, and before you expect parallel twin or parallel 4 refinement, it's an L-twin or a V-twin, and so at idle it may feel a tad vibey, but not so much to have any real complaints either. The mid-range is strong, and as soon as you cross 3000 RPM, the torque also kicks in nice and low, so you can just open the throttle at lower speeds without really needing to downshift a lot.
So the new Multistrada 1200S, and now Ducati says it's 4 bikes in one. So what that means is the riding modes, it's not only ride by wire, of course you get different modes, you get urban for commuting, you get touring with more power, you get a sport mode, and you get an enduro mode as well. The engine itself delivers about 160 horsepower, like the full power, but it restricts the power to urban to 100 bhp. There's more traction control in revision, there's more ABS level, so even if you're a new rider, you'd be totally comfortable riding it in urban mode. Of course, you want to pump up the volume a bit, you can go sport and the works.
The Multistrada 1200S took to corners easily, and you can dip it in and out with a sense of confidence. The tall height doesn't quite make it a sport bike, but the Multistrada 1200S is certainly nimble. The 209 kilo weight seems to magically disappear when you're enjoying the scenery and some juicy corners in the mountains. Overall, our 320-kilometer ride around the Golden Triangle in Thailand included road surfaces varying from super smooth with minor undulations to broken patches, and the bike sailed through these conditions with full marks.
Now you may be wondering why we have the Renault Kwid on the program today, but I want to quickly remind you that of course it is our NDTV Car of the Year 2016, and it also won the Viewer's Choice Car of the Year award, didn't it? So for quite some weeks now, you've been very patient with me. You've all been asking which of you is going to drive home the Kwid and which of you gets to ride home on the new Pulsar RS 200, which of course, remember, won the bike category, both those awards, Bike of the Year and Two-Wheeler Viewer's Choice of the Year. So, who are our winners? We're going to tell you that after a very short break. Welcome back to CNB. We get on without further ado straight to the names of those winners. So, are you ready? Drum roll please. The winner of the CNB Viewer's Choice Two-Wheeler of the Year contest, the person who voted for the Bajaj Pulsar RS 200 and riding home on that sexy bike, is Chirag Parekh from Bangalore. Congratulations to you from all of us here at CNB. Thank you for voting and of course making your favorite bike win. Thank you to everybody else who voted for that bike as well, and of course Chirag is the lucky winner. Now time to announce the person who drives home in a brand new Renault Kwid. The CNB Viewer's Choice Two-Wheeler of the Year was the Bajaj RS Pulsar, and of course now the Viewer's Choice Car of the Year, the Renault Kwid. The winner is someone who voted in from Bhuj, Jatin Doshi. Congratulations as well. A brand new Renault Kwid is coming into your household now, and of course we will be touching base with both our winners. We will be coming and visiting you as well and ensuring that you get your vehicles and you ride them home in style. So thank you again for participating, to everyone who did, and for making those car and bike winners emerge at our awards a few weeks ago. So you got our winners out of the way, and I hope you have big smiles on your faces, guys. Let's move on now and talk about that brand new bike, the third one that we promised you today. It is the V15 from Bajaj. Now, it's a big, bold claim from Bajaj, trying to get into the commuter space with something a little bit sexier, and making that claim, like I said, of straddling both the 125 and 150cc space with this bike. Has Bajaj been successful in doing that?
Total success has eluded Bajaj in the 150cc commuter motorcycle space. Sure, the Pulsar 150 is one of the most popular motorcycles in this range, but that's more premium and less workhorse. And the Discover 150s haven't fired volumes for Bajaj. So now the motorcycle manufacturer has decided to shake things up a bit with the V15. The latest 150cc commuter bike from Bajaj, and one which comes with a bit of heritage as well.
For somebody looking for a commuter motorcycle and wanting to make a statement, something different from what you have, the sport, the plain Jane commuter motorcycles, this one certainly will find appeal.
You could find the headlight styling a bit quirky, or the very simple instrument panel which only gets an analog speedometer, odometer and a fuel gauge a bit too simple. It's been kept minimalistic to cut down costs, but we feel the premium tag of the V15 could have been pumped up a bit with a better cockpit feel with a slightly better equipped instrument panel. Where the V15 differs from any of the current 150cc engines from the Bajaj stable is that this one has been built keeping in mind the strong personality of the bike. The brief, we're told, was to have an engine which will give a sense of a solid, stable ride rather than outright lightning fast performance and the inherent sporty nature that we've come to identify Bajaj bikes with. In a way, it's a step away from the norm, but it's a conscious effort to make a commuter feel strong, stable and make a statement much like a strong silent personality. And that becomes apparent the moment you step out on the V15. The exhaust note is meaty, deep-throated and quite bassy for a 150cc bike, and you open the throttle, there's no drama. There's no strong and urgent lurch forward. The clutch needs to be disengaged fully for the power to kick in, but it moves with strength. The pull comes in strong and low, and the meaty exhaust note complements the engine's character. In fact, within the city and in traffic, it's quite a pleasant bike to ride around, potter around without a care in the world, the grunt of the engine coming in low and strong. You could change gears in rapid progression and the engine will pull cleanly without a hint of stress or knocking. In fact, fifth gear is good enough to pull cleanly from as low as 38 to 40 km per hour. What this means for the average commuter is less gear changes, less stress and effortless riding in the urban jungle.
Be it in a larger city like Pune, smaller towns, even in rural areas. If you're the kind of guy who likes to ride in a relaxed manner, slowly and nicely, you could quite like this bike. On the flip side, if you're the kind of guy who does a lot of highway riding, you want to do a lot of highway riding, then this may not be the bike for you, because anything above 70, 75, 80, the vibrations start creeping in and it's not got too much power up there.
So where does the Bajaj V15 fit in? It looks quite different from the kind of 125 to 150cc bikes that you're used to seeing on the streets. Now, Bajaj has high hopes from this bike, expecting to sell about 50,000 units of the V15 every month once deliveries begin and a smooth production sales cycle is maintained. But will it be a success? Or will it slowly disappear as a limited edition homage to heritage and history? We will certainly be watching closely. Priced at 62,000 rupees ex-Delhi, which includes standard accessories like the rear seat cowl, an additional grab rail and a crash bar, the Bajaj V15 isn't what you'd call a very expensive proposition in this segment, sitting right in the middle of the 125 to 150cc segment. What it does offer is a different commuter motorcycle, both in terms of looks and performance.
How to value a used car or bike. Now, buying a used car or bike these days is quite a complicated decision given the range of auto brands in the country, and also what makes it a lot more difficult is that you don't really know the condition of the car or bike that you're buying. But the first thing you can possibly do before getting into the condition of the car is to do an initial qualification inspection, which includes getting details like age, mileage and damage. This should be followed by a road test inspection to get a better sense of the condition of the vehicle, after which one can look under the hood to get more details. A more detailed exterior and interior inspection can help you to evaluate a car and to know its true worth. Speaking of online options, there's been a splurge of websites where consumers can list their auto requirement. Websites like OLX offer free listings on their site and have become quite popular. But we do recommend that you be extra careful while purchasing from individuals, and so you have to ensure the seller is genuine, the documents are in order and the car is in the condition shown.
So a bit of a bike fest on the program today. Please tell us how you liked it. You can go to facebook.com/CNB show or tweet me at Sid Partnkar. Remember, you can get details of all these products on the product pages and all the reviews as well of these products on our website. carandbike.com. With that, I say goodbye. Please wear your helmets when you're on any two-wheeler, front or back, and always wear your seat belts when you're in any car, front or back. I will see you next week.